Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and today we are going to be making the NXT version of Imperium. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today I'm going to be making the, not Walter, we already have the Walter figure, but I'm going to be making everybody else that was in Imperium. So we have two of the, now they're split up, but we've got the two members that made it to the main roster in Giovanni Vinci, and then Ludwig Kaiser. His name in NXT was Marcel Barthel, and then his name was Fabian Aichner, and they changed it going to the main roster like they changed Walter to Gunther. And then Alexander Wolfe, who was a part of Sanity, was also a member. As far as the formulas and everything go here, the Alexander Wolfe is a Bo Dallas torso and legs, and then I believe these lower legs, so there's a little bit of white in there, that is from the head shrinkers. So the head shrinkers lowers, and then we have the tall boots to get his height accurate. And then in the middle here, I like this torso way more for him. In NXT, he wasn't in as good of shape as he is on the main roster or once he got called up. But I still think this is the best torso fit for him. He's got a tall, like ripped up, skinny torso, but it's not like the Sheamus torso, which maybe they used the Ricochet torso on his new Elite that's going to be coming out. I can't remember which one. And then here, I believe this is pretty close to what they're using for the Elite. So, oh, sorry. Before we move on, these are some Bob Orton legs, Bob Orton lowers, like everything Bob Orton. So, I'm going to be painting this. These are some X-Pac knee pads. I wanted to use those because they're a little bit bigger. I'm going to be painting the black like brace or tape up to here. Obviously, they all need black trunks. This is all Ringmaster, and then I believe those are Bob Orton calves. So the boots even are Ringmaster boots, and those aren't going to be accurate to what he wore in NXT. He wore the black boots with the white laces, which I think he wore on the main roster a little bit too. But what I wanted to do, since we're getting the black boots, I believe, on the new Elites, is give him the white boots that have the stripe, like the Adidas looking stripes. I think there's only two stripes, so it's not Adidas, but it is, gives me the vibes. So I wanted to do that. Gonna be painting those calves white. As far as decals go, I've got them printed off here. They're very little. So it says, the back of the trunks will say Imperium. And then each of them is gonna have their name on here as well. So that'll go like on the front of the tights. I have to look again to make sure I get the placement right. But they've all got their name and country, and then these will match Walter when we're all done. I think I'm gonna paint the head sculpts. I think I'll leave this one. I'm not sure. I'm definitely gonna paint the Alexander Wolfe because it's super white. And then these guys both have the tan skin tone, and it's not as noticeable as the Alexander Wolfe, so I'll probably just see how it's looking when I'm done, but good chance I just repaint it and get it to match a little bit better anyway. So let's stop talking. Here we go. All right, these guys are going to be pretty easy, but a lot of steps in the process to make sure they look nice and clean. I shouldn't say easy, just straightforward. Black and white paint, that is it, and some decals, and it's not going to be bad, but a lot of prepping to make sure they look clean before we even get to that point. Nothing different here, using the black Vallejo paint for everything, and then the same with the white, that's Vallejo as well. Covers way better. Don't buy Apple Barrel's white paint. Even if you buy Apple Barrel for a bunch of other stuff, don't get the white. So I used my Micron pen here to kind of mark off where I wanted to paint black before I got to it, just so that that line was a little more strict and I wasn't getting curvy or anything once I started painting up higher where I wanted that kind of knee pad look to go. Alexander Wolfe, just going to do a couple easy light layers over his face with the pale skin tone, and it really won't even look that much different, but it should match the torso a little bit better at the end. Now I'm just going to put all these guys down, apply all the decals, boom, 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 wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Here we go. Here's our Imperium trio that we finished up, and I think these look wonderful. I'm really happy with the formula for all three of these guys. The black came out clean. It looks good. With all of them, I put Mod Podge over the tights, and I sealed it just so that the decals weren't an issue with coming off or anything. I'll flip them around so you can see the Imperium on the back of the tights as well, but the small details in these is really what excites me. The boots for Fabian Aichner with the stripes on there that I added, I really like those. Even though that isn't what he wore in NXT, he wore that on the main roster, but with the new elites we're going to be getting of him, and oh man, there's black paint on the back of Ludwig's head. That is not exciting. I'll fix that. That threw me off. Where were we? Talking about Fabian Aichner, I believe. His new elite's gonna just have the black and white boots, so I did the white here. I think that looks good. The Marcel Barthel, happy with that. I think those knee pads work really well for him. I think that captures his body, even though he wasn't quite as ripped up as he is now, as just cut and everything. I like this torso choice for him. And then the Alexander Wolfe ended up coming out better than I really thought. I didn't realize until I was going to look for some final details that he had white on his boots, and so I took these Sami Zayn boots and swapped those on there, painted the shoelaces, and then once I realized, like halfway through painting one of the boots, that I probably could have just found my Alexander Wolfe Elite and popped those boots on. I'm pretty sure they would have been the correct ones, but these work. I'm happy with these. I think it looks really good. The like proportionally, I'm happy with it. Head sculpt repainted a little bit, I think turned out well. His hair wasn't quite as red or as orange as it is on that, but it didn't bother me too much. I think the beard looks really good, and I decided to not mess with the hair because it was only a minor difference. It wasn't going to be a deal breaker for me, but I do want to get these guys off the rotating stand. I'll go grab my Walter figure and we can get a pose with Imperium all together before we get out of here. There they are all together, my finished Imperium, and I love these. I talk all the time about how I like stables and tag teams, matching attires and everything, and all of them, like the boots are all a little bit different, but obviously all match. The attires are the same. Walter did not have the like the name on his tights. He just had the black to match these guys. I'm pretty sure I didn't see that when I was looking at pictures, at least. And there's all of them have like a little bit different iteration of like boots, knee pads. There's some different tights that have like a different logo on the side here, but I'm really happy with these. I already got the black taken off of the head over here and just put some brown to fix that up, but I'll be looking forward to picking up the modern look. Well, I guess not modern at this point. I think Vinci or Aichner is no longer with Imperium. I don't know if he was just hurt or if he got kicked out of the group, but that 2-pack will be fun to pick up. But for my NXT portion of the shelf, having all 4 of these guys, I'm really excited about. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, hopefully you're just as excited as I am. I appreciate you watching all the way through. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude